Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promeet and today we are driving the all new Renault Kiger, the 2023 Renault Kiger, and this video is particularly going to be about the mileage run that we did on this car. So before that, let me give you a quick brief about this vehicle. So this is basically a crossover or a compact SUV from the company, and this car looks really nice from the outside. If you start from the front end, you can see you get the DRLs on top, again LED headlights, you get carvings on the bonnet that makes it look very, very muscular. It's a wide car and you get some amount of chrome on the logo on the grille, and you get a silver scuff plate down below. Moving on to the side, you get 16-inch alloy wheels, you also get body cladding, some body lines and creases that actually make the car look sporty, and the door handles and the ORVMs are present in the piano black color, which is actually a very sporty color, red and black. So moving on to the rear section, you get this 3D tail light, a wraparound tail light, again present in LED. Looks really nice. You get a sporty spoiler on top, a shark fin antenna, then you get a wiper along with the washer, defogger, a camera that is present in the logo, right in the center of the logo, and parking sensors as well. Talking about the boot space of the car, it is a pretty spacious car. So the boot space is 405 liters. Coming to the inside, you get all blacked out interior with the contrast red stitching, and since I am guessing that this is the red color is inside on the dashboard because it is to match the exterior color, so there is a small element on the dashboard that's painted on red. Other than that, everything is black. You get red stitching, fabric upholstery with red stitching. You also get this 8-inch infotainment system. It's a pretty basic system, but it's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto that's wireless. Also, you get automatic climate control, you get a start-stop button, cruise control, a wireless charger, and you get sports mode, and you also get these buttons for your ambient lighting. There's only one color that's white. You can switch it on or off from this light that is right in front of your mode selector. Now the steering wheel is a flat bottom steering wheel. Obviously you have a tilt function, you do not get a telescopic function with it. Stereo mounted controls are there to change your screen, that is your digital cluster. You can set a lot of information and get a lot of information about this car. It's got TPMS and everything, so you are quite safe when you're traveling for long distances. Don't need to worry about your tire pressure and all that because this has already got your TPMS. Plus you can also control your infotainment system with these buttons. So you have basically a steering that is wrapped in leather, half is wrapped in leather, and the grip is really nice. Overall, as you can see, it's plastic all over, but it's hard plastic, but it's good quality plastic, I would say. You get a ton of storage. You get 2 glove boxes, bottle holders on every section. You get a center armrest that opens up into a glove box. Again, it's got a ton of storage. So yeah, I mean, space wise, this is a pretty nice car. Now coming to the engine of this car, so it gets 2 engine options. One is 1 litre naturally aspirated petrol engine. The other one is the same 1 litre, but that's a turbocharged petrol engine. Now we are driving the turbo petrol variant, the Xtronic, that's the CVT gearbox. So this engine produces around 98.5 bhp of power, 160 Nm of peak torque. Power and torque figures might not look that exciting, but this is a light car, so I mean it is pretty peppy. It's not very fast, but it is pretty decent, and you can reach triple digit speeds within no time. Again, the modes, you get Eco, Normal and Sport. Eco, the throttle response is really laggy. Normal, it increases suddenly, and then Sport, it actually becomes very sporty and becomes really, really crisp. Only the throttle response changes, not the steering. I mean, the steering dampening remains the same. The steering wheel is slightly on the lighter side, but I mean, it is not that bad. However, the suspension feels a little soft. Suspension quality could have been better because when the car goes on a pothole and if you're at speed, you will hear that thud noise, and yeah, that is scary sometimes because the suspension suddenly comes down, and at that time you will feel that yeah, the suspension quality should have been slightly better. But overall, the car feels planted. It's not that car you can cut corners through very fast, but yeah, it has a lot of stability, plus the safety features that this car has is really nice. So it gets a dual airbag, it gets a 4-star safety rating, and it also gets ABS, traction control. Traction control you can switch off from here. And on the gearbox you get an L mode. Your L mode is basically for your low range gearbox if you are at a snowy place. So this car is around 205 mm of ground clearance, which is pretty decent. But that does not mean you take it for a hardcore off-roading session. I mean, this can do off-roading, but mild off-roading, not very hardcore off-roading. So yeah, that's about it. Now coming to the mileage figures. So we drove the car for around 300 kilometers on a go, and the first 100 kilometers we drove at around 100 kilometers an hour. This has cruise control, so we set cruise, put it on the eco mode and reset the mileage. So at 100 kilometers per hour, the mileage for 100 kilometers what it was displaying on the MID was around 17.2. It was stuck there, and when we increased the speed to 110 for the next 100 kilometers an hour, again same cruise control and eco mode, the mileage dropped to around 14.3. That's a significant drop. And when we increased the speed to around 120 for around the last 100 kilometers, then the mileage figure dropped to around 13.1 kilometers per litre. Now that is a significant drop. But if you are driving at 80 kilometers an hour, we actually again reset the mileage and we drove for around 50 kilometers for 80 kilometers an hour. And during that time, the car gave a mileage efficiency of around 21.5 to 22 kilometers per litre, which is actually excellent and which is actually very close. In fact, it's slightly higher than the claimed mileage figure that the company gives you, that is around 21 kilometers per litre. So, and within the city, if we are driving like right now, with stop and go traffic as well, what is displaying on the MID is around 16 kilometers per litre, which is pretty decent. So if you are driving on the highway and you are at 100 kilometers an hour, I think that's the highway limit for most of the highways in India. So you will be getting somewhere between 17 to 17.2 kilometers per litre, which is pretty decent for a car this size. And I think these are the mileage figures on the all new 2023 Renault Kiger. That was the turbo petrol variant. And I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promeet signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.